house was still, the world was sleeping, but my mind refused to close its eyes. I stared into the dark with heavy questions, searching for hope beneath the night. The silence felt much louder than the daytime. Every worry echoed through my soul. I tried to carry all tomorrow's burdens until the weight became too much to hold. And like a breeze through an open window, gentle as the falling rain, a voice of mercy found my weakness and softly called my name. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, and suddenly the darkness didn't feel the same. Every fear that held me captive started slowly drifting away. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, reminding me His love had never changed. And wrapped inside His faithful promise, I found the strength to rest again. No flashing signs, no mighty thunder, just peace arriving deep within, the kind that only heaven can deliver, the kind no earthly voice can give. And though the answers didn't come immediately, something greater settled in my heart, because His presence was enough assurance that He'd be with me through every part. The God who paints the stars above me, the God who calms the raging sea, was sitting in the quiet beside me, watching over me faithfully. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, and suddenly the darkness didn't feel the same. Every fear that held me captive started slowly drifting away. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, reminding me His love had never changed. And wrapped inside His faithful promise, I found the strength to rest again. One day there'll be no sleepless evenings, no anxious thoughts to overcome, only endless peace within His presence, forever safe inside His love. Until that day, I'll keep remembering the countless times He made a way, and how His voice became my comfort when hope seemed far away. In the middle of the night, Jesus Jesus whispered my name, and every shadow lost its power to remain. For the Savior who walks beside me is the same forevermore. In the middle of the night, Jesus whispered my name, and my weary heart was never quite the same, because the God who holds creation still watches over me with love. Jesus whispered my name, and peace came near. Jesus whispered my name, and stayed right here. The evening sky was fading into shadows, and so was all the strength I thought I had. I had spent another day pretending courage, while carrying a heart that felt so sad. The road behind was scattered with exhaustion. The road ahead was hidden from my eyes, and somewhere between my fear and my surrender, I finally stopped trying to survive. I didn't bring a song of celebration, I didn't bring a faith that felt strong. I only brought my broken hallelujah, and somehow that was enough all along. When I had nothing left to give, God stayed. When my prayers were barely more than tears, when my hope was hanging by a thread of mercy, His faithful love drew near. When I had nothing left to give, God stayed, holding every shattered piece of me. And in the middle of my deepest weakness, His grace became my strength to breathe. I thought that heaven only welcomed victors, those who always knew the words to say. But Jesus met me in my worn out silence, and loved me exactly where I lay. He never asked me for perfection, He never measured all the things I'd done. He simply opened wide His arms of mercy, and reminded me that I was still His own. The God who fills the oceans with their waters, the God who paints the stars above the sea, still takes the time to sit beside the weary and whisper words of peace to me. When I had nothing left to give, God stayed. When my prayers were barely more than tears, when my hope was hanging by a thread of mercy, His faithful love drew near. When I had nothing left to give, God stayed, holding every shattered piece of me. And in the middle of my deepest weakness, His grace became my strength to breathe. One day I'll see the reasons for the valleys. One day every question will be clear. And all the nights I thought that I was losing will reveal how You were always here. Until that day, I'll rest within the promise that Your goodness never walks away. For the same God who carried me through yesterday will carry me through every day. When I had nothing left to give, God stayed. Not because my faith was always strong, but because His love is stronger than my weakness, and His mercy carries on. When I had nothing left to give, God stayed. And that's the story I will always tell, of a Savior who meets the brokenhearted and loves them far too well. When I was weak, God stayed. When I was weary, God stayed. And He always will. I spent so many years trying to prove it, that I was worthy of Your love somehow, building my worth on fragile achievements, only to fall apart here and now. Every step felt like I had to measure. Every breath felt like I had to fight, until I met the grace that never asked me to be strong enough to be right. You never asked for perfection, you never chased my success. You only called my broken pieces into your rest. I rested in a love I didn't have to earn, a mercy deeper than I could understand. And in the arms of my Redeemer, I finally learned to stand. I rested in a love I didn't have to earn, no striving left inside my soul, just the peace of knowing I am chosen and completely made whole. The world still speaks in constant expectations, telling me I'm never quite enough. But your voice is louder than the pressure, and your love is strong enough. You remind me I am not my failure, I am not the things I've done before. I am the child of endless mercy, forever yours. And every time I start to wander back into the race I left behind, you gently bring me to remember your love is not defined. I rested in a love I didn't have to earn, a mercy deeper than I could understand. And in the arms of my Redeemer, I finally learned to stand. I rested in a love I didn't have to earn, no striving left inside my soul, just the peace of knowing I am chosen and completely made whole. One day all striving will be over, every race will finally cease, and I will stand before my Savior in perfect, endless peace. Until that day, I will keep resting in the truth that sets me free, that I am loved not for my doing, but for simply being me. I rested in a love I didn't have to earn, and that truth will carry me through all my days. For the love that found me in my weakness will never fade away. I rested in a love I didn't have to earn, and now my heart is all I'll ever need. I am loved, I am free. In your grace, I finally see. There was a night my faith felt like a candle, barely glowing in the wind and rain. The dreams I carried seemed so far from reach, and hope felt buried underneath the pain. I had exhausted every strength within me, tried to stand when I could barely breathe. And somewhere in the middle of my breaking, I finally fell down to my knees. I thought I had to carry every burden. I thought the battle rested in my hands, but heaven had a gentler invitation, a better, kinder plan. When I couldn't hold on, Jesus held me. When my heart was tired and weak, when the road grew dark before my eyes, His mercy came and carried me. When I couldn't hold on, Jesus held me. Through every tear I tried to hide, and wrapped within His endless compassion, I found a place where fear could not survive. He never promised life without its valleys, or skies that never filled with clouds above. But He promised I would never walk them lonely, because I'd trusting every step He asks of me. For the Savior who sustained me in the darkness will lead me through eternity. When I couldn't hold on, Jesus held me. And that's the story of my life. Not a tale of strength I found within myself, but of a Savior strong and kind. When I couldn't hold on, Jesus held me, and He still holds me even now. The same faithful arms that carried me then will never let me down. Jesus held me through it all. Jesus held me, and He still does. I reached a point where nothing made much sense, where even breathing felt like work to do. The weight of everything I couldn't fix myself was heavier than anything I knew. I smiled outside but shattered in my silence, trying to hide the cracks no one could see. And in the middle of my deepest breaking, you were quietly holding me. You didn't wait until I got it right. You didn't wait for me to be enough. You came into the mess I tried to hide and called it love. When I was falling apart, you held me together. Piece by piece, you never let me go. Even when I couldn't see tomorrow, your mercy was the only thing I know. When I was falling apart, you held me together. You turned my brokenness into peace. And in the middle of my deepest struggle, you never once released me. There were nights I thought I wouldn't make it, days I barely had the strength to stand. But somehow in the middle of my weakness, I found myself inside your hands. You didn't promise life without the battles, but you promised you would stay with me. And that was more than all my understanding, more than I could see. So I stopped trying to be my own savior. will keep trusting your presence, even when my heart is weak and warm. For the God who holds together the broken has already won. When I was falling apart, you held me together, and that truth will never fade away. For the Savior who sustains the shattered still holds me every day. When I was falling apart, you held me together, and now my heart can finally see that even in my deepest broken places, you were carrying me. You held me when I couldn't stand. You held me in your hands. I carried yesterday into the dawn, like a suitcase filled with silent storms, trying to smile while the weight held on, wearing courage that was tired and worn. The world kept moving without a pause, while questions echoed inside my mind. Then through the stillness, softer than breath, I felt your mercy begin to find me. Not in thunder, not in fire, not in answers I could explain, but in a quiet, holy whisper, calling me gently by my name. I found the place where my heart finally rested, safe in the shadow of your endless grace. No longer running, no longer pretending, held by the kindness shining from your face. When all my strength had almost left me, when every road seemed lost in the night, you became the peace I couldn't discover, the calm that carried me back to the light. There were seasons I mistook for endings, doors that closed and dreams that disappeared. Yet every broken piece I surrendered became a testimony you were here. You walked beside me through hidden valleys, through every fear I never spoke aloud. And while I thought teaching my soul to trust somehow. Not with power, not with glory, not with treasures of this world, but with love that kept pursuing every corner of my hurt. I found the place where my heart finally rested, safe in the shadow of your endless grace. No longer running, no longer pretending, held by the kindness shining from your face. When all my strength had almost left me, when every road seemed lost in the night, you became the peace I couldn't discover, the calm that carried me back to the light. If tomorrow brings another mountain, if another storm appears ahead, I'll remember how your hands have held me every time my hope was hanging by a thread. Because your faithfulness is not a moment, it's a river that never runs dry, flowing through the deserts of my weakness, teaching weary wings to fly. I found the place where my heart finally rested, not in the things this world could give away, but in the presence that never leaves me, the love that remains when everything fades. And when my journey reaches heaven, and every earthly shadow is gone, I'll sing forever of the Savior who found me and carried my heart safely home, safely home, safely home. In your love, I finally come home. The room was full, then suddenly empty. The laughter faded into distant air. The voices I once leaned upon were gone, and silence was the only thing still there. I sat beneath the weight of disappointment, counting every promise that fell apart, wondering if anyone could truly see the hidden ache living inside my heart. Then through the darkness of that lonely season, a gentle love came shining through, not with words that vanished in the morning, but with a faithfulness that proved itself true. Jesus stayed when everyone else left, when the road grew cold and hard to see, when the lights went out around my future. He remained and carried me. Jesus stayed when all my strength was fading, when my prayers were trembling in the night, and even when I couldn't feel His presence, His love was holding me so tight. There were days I questioned every direction, days my confidence could barely stand. Yet somehow, through the valleys and the heartbreak, I kept finding traces of His hand. A door would open where I saw no pathway. A peace would come before the answer came. And slowly I began to understand the power hidden in His holy name. Not because my faith was always perfect, not because I never doubted Him, but because His mercy kept pursuing me. Even when my hope was growing dim, Jesus stayed when everyone else left, when the road grew cold and hard to see, when the lights went out around my future. He remained and carried me. Jesus stayed when all my strength was fading, when my prayers were trembling in the night, and even when I couldn't feel His presence, His love was holding me so tight. One day, every tear will have a story, every wound a testimony of grace, every lonely night will become a memory, lost forever in heaven's embrace. And the Savior who walked through every struggle will wipe away the sorrow from my eyes, showing me the purpose of each season beneath His everlasting skies. Jesus stayed when everyone else left. strength disappear, Jesus stayed, and He still stays today. The room was full and suddenly empty. The laughter faded into distant air. The voices I once leaned upon were gone. The evening settles softly on the window, and shadows stretch across the quiet room. Another day has come and gone behind me, like a fading flower losing its bloom. I've carried worries farther than I should have, held burdens never meant for me alone. But here beneath the silence of this moment, I finally lay them down before your throne. You know the thoughts I never say aloud. You see the tears I try so hard to hide. And every time this weary soul grows restless, your gentle mercy meets me by my side. Before I sleep, hold my heart, Jesus. Wrap me in the comfort of your peace. Let every fear surrender to your presence. Let every anxious whisper finally cease. Before I sleep, stay near beside me. Be the song that carries me through night. And when the morning sunlight finds my window, let me awaken in your perfect light. There were moments when I stumbled through the darkness, searching for a road I could not see. Yet every step that seemed so lost and fragile was still being guided faithfully by thee. You never asked me to be strong forever. You never told me I must stand alone. Instead, you offered grace for every weakness, and made my trembling heart your home. Your love remains when circumstances change. Your promises are written in the stars. And even when tomorrow feels uncertain, I know exactly where your faithful arms are. Before I sleep, hold my heart, Jesus. anxious whisper finally cease. Before I sleep, stay near beside me. Be the song that carries me through night. And when the morning sunlight finds my window, let me awaken in your perfect light. One day there'll be no sorrow left to carry, no lonely valley waiting to be crossed. Only endless joy around your throne of glory, where nothing broken will ever be lost. Until that day, I'll rest within your goodness, trusting every chapter yet to come. Because the hands that form the stars above me are the same hands leading me home. Before I sleep, hold my heart, Jesus. Let heaven's peace wash over every fear. For every breath becomes a quiet worship when I remember you are always here. Before I sleep, stay near beside me. Be my shelter through the passing night. And when eternity unfolds before me, I'll forever walk within your light. Hold my heart, Jesus, through the night. Hold my heart, Jesus, until the morning light. Before I ever learned the words of praying, before I knew how faith was meant to sound, you were already walking through my seasons, holding every piece of me unbound. I thought I had to find the perfect moment to reach a place where I could call your name. But you were there in every silent struggle, the same, the same, the same. You were not waiting for my voice to be stronger. You were not waiting for my heart to be whole. You were already moving in my story, quietly shaping my soul. You were my peace before I knew how to pray, before I ever lifted up my hands. the love.